Hello. This is War One, season 32. Kitty whitelist for season, so I'm gonna do stuff actually. But I'm doing voiceover for this war because I just couldn't. It's late at night and I could not be bothered with actually editing and music, which is what I'd prefer to do. And I just play like shit this war, and what I want to attribute that too is me being out of practice with Kitty. Whether that's actually the case or not, I mean, I am out of practice with Kitty, but that's probably not all that was at play. You know what I mean? Like, it was also just me being shit. Like here, I didn't really remember what my threshold for damage is when I have low prowess, so I accidentally Kitty cycle because I was just assuming that would kill. Even if he doesn't throw SP3 and like does a couple hits in my face, he's still gonna die. And I had an SP3 defense boost on, and he doesn't do a lot of damage on SP3, so I wasn't worried about dying, but it's like, this is just such a dumb thing, you know what I mean? Like, I should not be doing this. I'm a good Kitty player, but, you know, just dumb things at the start of the season. I always do this. So next is Kitty versus Kitty. So it was like originally meant to be OS, but then I needed Wags, so we just changed it to Kitty. And I'm very fond of Kitty versus Kitty. I've never actually taken it on Amphiloid Knockdown, but my strategy is just going to be take a lot of SP1s into block and SP2s for prowess. Not prowess. For power, so I can just get to SP3, and I'm going to be phase blocking all of her specials, preferably going in while she is in phase during those specials to actually dump prowess. Right, like here, she's going to get down to 0, and I'm going to get a lot of power. And I believe I knock down, and then I want to just throw SP3 after SP1. And should finish. Gotta get the 2 lights in there to get close. And I should mention that at this time, like, my game was incredibly laggy. Like, it wasn't a problem in the fights. In the fights, it was fine. It's not like I was playing bad because my game was laggy. It was just, I've edited it all out, but in between, so my first 4 fights probably took, I don't know, 4 minutes combined. Maybe that's actually about right. But the video for that is about 9 minutes, and that's because it was just would not fucking load to the point where I threw on an invul for this cow. Not for this cow, but for the next fight, which is Korgon 22, which you definitely need an invul for. But I just thought, well, this isn't a long fight. I'll just throw it on here, and it'll last over until the Korg. And then it just, after I kill the Syrincha, my game just decided to freeze for a whole ass 3 minutes, and my invul ran out, and I had to use another one. So it was just stuff like that, where it's like, come on, like, it doesn't kill me. It's just not affecting me in the fights, but it's just annoying. You know what I mean? So there's the cow dead. But yeah, I've just edited out all the loading time, which was, I think it would have made this video like twice as long. And it's already a fairly long video. But this is Korg. It's not a great matchup. We probably should have sent Kingpin. Just because I decided to go for suicides. So I won't get parries at the start because I'll have decreased ability accuracy. But that's fine. His power gain isn't going to be that bad. But in general, my plan is I have an invul, so I'm just going to kitty cycle. Honestly, kitty cycling is perfectly fine as long as you have an invul. Here, I just didn't back up enough, which is something that I never fucking do that, which is just why I'm saying I'm out of practice with Kitty. There, I could have just baited SP2, honestly, but the main cause of death with people using Kitty is they get back up into the corner. You can't use you can't phase, and you just are kind of trapped. So I decided let's not bait that, especially because he'll be unblockable and unstoppable. And let's just go in with SB3. We have an invul. We can tank 3 of these special 3s. And his rock field is on, like, it just went down. So it's fine. And this SB3 will finish. So there we have that. I took a lot of damage from, I took 2 mediums out of phase, along with a little bit of shock and just suicide's damage. So that was just like, after those 4 fights, my fights go, oh, and the one after this, my fights go pretty clean. But like, I do this at the start of every season where I'm just like kind of trolling for the first bit. I end up just throwing this SB2 because I kind of trolled with that first intercept. But I have Suicides on. This is my only Tiger fight, so I'm just going to take a lot of damage, but the fight will be quick, so it's not like a big deal, you know what I mean? Just bait this heavy, and that finishes it. Probably shouldn't have gone for the backdraft. Should have just done like a 4-hit and then baited a heavy. And then could have thrown SB2 and that would have just killed, but it's fine. This is the fight that doesn't go clean. Just because it doesn't go poorly. I just haven't really fought this water fish bitch much. So I didn't really know his SP2 animation, so I kind of just was sat there blocking the entire thing. Which I know you can dex it, but I didn't know how. You know what I mean? And baiting SP1s seemed really, really lame, so I just like didn't want to do that. I mean, I'm doing it here, but I think and just at like this point I decided to just keep going. Yeah, I just didn't know what the fuck that looked like. I know you can dash out of like all of that, but hindsight is 20/20. So I'm just taking a lot of block damage, but it's not like a dangerous amount of block damage. It's just an annoying amount that I'll have to heal up later. You know what I mean? I think I just throw SP3 here. Yeah. There's a huge ass moth flying around this room right now, and I am a little bit distracted, so sorry if that comes through. But yeah, that fight's dead. Oh shit, I might need to kill this thing. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I killed it. Anyways. Long shot 37. I've taken a million long shots. It's not any different. It's just SP1 can't miss. So I'd prefer to push to SP2. I'm gonna phase block there. I could have just phased the whole thing or dexed it. I already had dex up, so I wouldn't have done anything. Just hashing that for a little bit of extra power. And I'm kind of struggling to find an intercept right now. I'd say that as an intercept. But I shouldn't be dexing that. I should just be blocking that. There too. And I don't know why I dexed the second one, because the first one didn't even proc dex, so that was kind of pointless. I don't know why I stopped there, but it did. SP2, I missed the phase block here, because I just dashed back an extra time, which was unnecessary. Block that one, so I'm just kind of doing inconsistent stuff in this fight, but it's fine. Like, it's not worrying at all. Longshot's just a very easy defender with Kitty. Just don't eat SP1 while he's in Pure Heart, and you're kind of golden. He doesn't do anything else to her aside from that. I believe I just throw. I do medium, light, medium, and if that didn't kill, I like clicked my SP3 button. So that's a very easy matchup. Next fight, Chavez. Yeah, Chavez is very easy. Oh, so just as a note for the season as a whole, I am running a second account this season in Salty. So, there's a lot going on for me, and I might not be able to post regularly. So if I'm late, fuck off. I know no one actually cares or like watches these, but you know what I mean. Or if I just miss a video altogether, okay, sorry. And I will not be posting videos from that account because whenever I try and record on that device, it just lags the fuck out of my game. So that is a no-go. But Chavez is dead. Now on to my last two fights, which are this Mojo and that Wong boss. So for Mojo, I have an invul on for both of these. Mojo, I'm just not going to bait specials. I'm not going to throw power. Kitty does not have to dex like in this fight like at all. So I'm just going to play it like normal. I believe I do Blah Dex and SB2 at one point, but that's just like, I could have just blocked it. I could have pushed to SB3. Either would have been fine. But I just went for the Dex because he didn't have life field up. But I have Suicides on. I've had him on for this whole war, so Mojo is just melting. Because just kitty things. Kitty things. So yeah, I believe I just bait SB2 here. Yeah. Dash in, I have prowess to spare, so it's not a big deal. A lot of people in GTA, I think, were a little bit worried about this fight because it's an abnormal matchup. But if you want to go back and look at the start of the video, I actually, start of this fight, not the video, I actually gained health in this fight somehow. Not somehow, I mean, it's because Suicide's being phased, but I think that's kind of funny. And so last fight here is Wong. I opted to, instead of just trying to intercept at the start, I just decided to bait two heavies because you won't get much power from them at the very start. I mean, and even if I hadn't gone for the intercept, he just heavies immediately there, so there's not much I can fucking do. But yeah, for this fight, it's just going to be the same as Mojo, essentially. Don't really have to dex unless I need to bait an SB2. I still have that invul on, so I can just tank SB3 if I need to. Beyond that, I'm not going to throw specials. I'm just going to hold power, SB3 to finish. There's one point in this fight where I need to reset his, like, energy. I don't remember how to pronounce it, but his starts with an E, I know. His energy, and then I'm just going to phase block SB2s for the most part, and then later in the fight, like when we're back against his corner, I'm going to start just phasing them entirely. No more phase blocking, just phasing. So I think I want to go for the knockdown here. Yeah, and I can just double dash back at the end of this, but I just decided to dash in for that easy heavy because it is just easier. I have the prowess to spare for it. It's not like a big deal. And I have Suicide on, so yeah, he is dropping quick, so I'm not worried about time here. Yeah, here I'm gonna start phasing the whole SB2 instead of just straight blocking. And yeah, he's getting really low, so I think just a little bit more and then I throw SB3? Question mark, maybe? Phase this one. Yeah, I believe I phased this in SB3. Yep, and that's the fight. So S1, pretty horrendous. S2, fine enough. And Boss Island was actually clean. So, bit out of practice with Kitty. Obviously, need to be. I'm not worried about season, but yeah, hopefully we get a little bit better in this right now.